Welcome all. Today we can discuss the acceleration analysis of 4-bar mechanism. Acceleration analysis of 4-bar mechanism. We have already discussed the acceleration diagram of a slider mechanism. Now we can discuss the acceleration analysis of 4-bar mechanism. Here is the question. PQRS is a 4-bar chain with link PS fixed. The lengths of the links are PQ is equal to 62.5 mm, QR is equal to 175 mm, RS is equal to 112.5 mm, 112.5 mm, and PS is equal to 200 mm. The crank PQ rotates at 10 radians per second clockwise. Draw the velocity and acceleration diagram when the angle QPS is equal to 60 degree and Q and R lie on the same side of PS. Find the angular velocity and angular acceleration of the links QR and RS. This is the question. Find the angular velocity and angular acceleration. Angular velocity omega and the angular acceleration alpha. Angular acceleration alpha of links QR and RS. Omega and alpha of link QR and RS. And here is the solution. These are the given data. Given omega QP. Omega QP is equal to 10 radian per second. PQ is equal to 62.5 mm. That's equal to 0.0625 meter. QR, length of QR is equal to 175 mm. That's equal to 0.175 meter. RS is equal to 112.5 mm and 1125 meter. PS is equal to 200 mm. That's equal to 0.2 meter. Then first we have to draw the space diagram of the given 4-bar mechanism. Here PS is equal to PS is a fixed link and that length is equal to PS is equal to 200 mm. So that we can draw the space diagram. This is the space diagram. We can draw the space diagram with a convenient scale. Here the length of PS is equal to 0.2 meter. Then we can take that 0.2 meter as a 20 mm or any other scale. We can choose any other convenient scale. Then first to draw the fixed link PS. Then the length of link PQ is given. That's equal to 0.0625 meter. We can represent that distance by choosing a suitable scale. And this angle SPQ or QPS is equal to 60 degree. Then we can draw a line having length is equal to PQ and which is inclined 60 degree with this link PS, which is drawn horizontal. Then after that we can find out the point R. Here the length QR is given and SR also given. Then we can draw an arc with radius is equal to QR and center is equal to Q like this. Then we can draw another arc with radius is equal to SR and center is equal to S like this. Then the intersecting point will become R. Then we can complete this space diagram. Then in the next step we can calculate the velocity of Q with respect to P. Velocity of Q with respect to P is equal to omega, angular velocity of that link QP into QP. That is the linear velocity of point Q with respect to P. That QP is equal to omega QP into QP. Then we can calculate that value as 0.625 meter per second. Then velocity of Q with respect to P is equal to 0.625 meter per second. 0.625 meter per second. Okay, and this is the velocity diagram and this is the acceleration diagram. We can discuss the procedure to how we can draw the velocity diagram and acceleration diagram in the following slides. Okay, we have to draw the space diagram. We have already done that procedure. We have already completed the space diagram. Then before we coming to the velocity diagram, we must choose a convenient scale. Here velocity of q with respect to p is already found out, and that's equal to that must be represented by vector pq in this velocity diagram, small letter pq in this velocity diagram. Then vector pq, that vector small letter pq must be equal to 0.625 meter per second. 0.625 meter per second. We can take any convenient scale to represent that vector in the velocity diagram. Then that the direction of PQ must be perpendicular to this link PQ. That velocity must be perpendicular. This angle must be equal to 90 degree, and that velocity must be perpendicular to link PQ. And also the direction of the rotation is already given, that is in the clockwise direction, so that velocity must be in this particular direction. Then first in the velocity diagram we have to fix the fixed points. Here point P and point S both are fixed points, so that we can fix smaller to P and S at a particular point. Both are at the same point because both points are at rest. Then draw PQ, vector PQ, which having a length 0.625 meter per second and 0.625 meter per second, and direction must be perpendicular to PQ. Then we can complete that line PQ. Then from Q we can draw a straight line which is perpendicular to link QR, That means that is the line of action of velocity of r with respect to q. Velocity of point r with respect to q must be perpendicular to link QR. The velocity of this particular point r with respect to q is equal to velocity of r with respect to q is equal to omega QR or RQ into QR, omega into R. That is the magnitude of the linear velocity of R with respect to Q. And that must be perpendicular to link QR. That must be perpendicular to this particular link QR. And the direction is already known, but the magnitude is unknown because omega QR is an unknown data, or we have to find out this omega, angular velocity of this connecting rod. Before that we cannot say that the linear velocity of r with respect to q is this much or that much. We cannot find out that value before we finding out the angular velocity of the that particular link. So we have already found out the direction of r with respect to q is perpendicular to qr, and that must be passing through this particular point q, so that we can represent this line of action that must be passing through point q, and the line of action must be perpendicular. This line must be perpendicular to link qr, but this length is unknown. Again, in the next step we can draw the velocity vector of r, the velocity of r with respect to s. The velocity of r with respect to s is equal to omega rs into rs. This is the magnitude of the velocity of r with respect to s, and that must be perpendicular to this particular link rs, Here again this value is unknown, so that the total velocity of r with respect to s is also unknown, but the direction of that velocity, direction is known, so we can represent that the line of action of the velocity of r with respect to s, that is a line which is passing through s, that is a line which is passing through this small letter s and perpendicular to rs, then we can draw this particular line. Then the intersecting point of this particular line and this particular line will become small letter r. Then after finding out this particular point r, small letter r, then we can easily measure QR and SR. We can easily measure QR and SR. Then we can multiply this length with scale, or QR, small letter QR into scale will become the velocity of r with respect to q. Similarly, the length of SR into scale will become the velocity of r with respect to s. Velocity of r with respect to s is equal to velocity of r, because this point s is x, that point s is at rest, so that we can say that velocity of r with respect to s is absolute velocity of r. Then that Vr is equal to small letter SR into scale. We can take any convenient scale to represent the velocity diagram. Then we can find out omega QR, that omega QR is equal to VRQ divided by QR. Then we can calculate that value as 1.9 radian per second, anti-clockwise direction. Then the angular velocity of RS, then omega RS is equal to VRS or VSR divided by RS or SR, that is equal to 3.78 radian per second. That's all about the velocity diagram. We can easily draw the velocity diagram. Next, the question is how to find out the angular acceleration of link QR and RS. The angular acceleration of links QR and RS. Then for this purpose, we have to find out the radial acceleration of QP, then tangential acceleration of QP, etc. Radial acceleration of QP, tangential acceleration of QP, etc. Similarly, we can calculate the radial acceleration of RS. Again, we can calculate radial component of acceleration of RQ. These three links, we can calculate the radial components of accelerations of these three links, QP, RQ and RS. We have this particular equation, radial acceleration of QP is equal to VQP square divided by PQ, or that radial component acceleration, radial component of acceleration is always V square by R. R is the length of the link. Then for that particular link QP, there is only the radial acceleration is there. There is only a radial component is there, because the tangential component of acceleration is equal to alpha into r, and where alpha is the angular acceleration. When the link has a constant angular velocity, then d omega by dt will become 0, and that d omega by dt is equal to alpha. And for constant angular velocity, d omega by dt is equal to 0, so that the tangential component of acceleration of that particular link will become 0. So then the resultant of tangential component and radial component is the final acceleration, and that will become the same magnitude as the radial component of acceleration when tangential component is equal to 0, so that we can treat radial component of acceleration of q with respect to p is equal to aq itself, that's equal to this value. But in the case of other two links, we cannot say that there is only radial component is there. There may be tangential component also, because we cannot predict that angular velocity of that two links are constant. So we initially we can calculate the radial component of acceleration of RQ, then radial component of acceleration of RS in the initial step. Then this is the acceleration diagram. This figure is the acceleration diagram. Here we can draw acceleration diagram by using a suitable scale. First we have to fix the fixed points P and Q, S, P and S as P dash and S dash, P dash and S dash. Then the acceleration of Q with respect to P, acceleration of Q with respect to P is equal to Q dash P dash, or P dash Q dash, P dash Q dash. That's already we calculated this value, and that value is equal to 6.25 meter per second square, 6.25 meter per second square. Then we can represent that value with a suitable scale, and that is parallel to this link PQ, because this is equal to radial component of acceleration, and that radial component is equal to, radial component must be in radial direction or must be along the link. Here tangential component is equal to 0. Then we can represent 6.25 meter per second square in the direction of PQ, in the direction of PQ, that is equal to P dash Q dash. There is only a radial component, there is no tangential component. So we can represent this line as AQ, complete acceleration of Q, or absolute acceleration of Q. Then in the next step, the acceleration of R with respect to Q, we have to draw the acceleration of R with respect to Q, and that acceleration has two components, one radial component and another one tangential component. Radial component already we found out, and that radial component must be parallel to QR, and that radial component is equal to 0.634 meter per second, 0.634 meter per second, and that length is equal to this one Q dash X. That length is equal to Q dash represented by Q dash X, and that must be parallel to QR. Then we can fix the point X. But there may be tangential component of acceleration. That tangential component is unknown, but direction is known. Direction known. That direction must be perpendicular to link QR. So we can draw the line of action of that tangential component. That must be perpendicular to this radial component and passing through point X. We cannot fix this point R dash. But when we consider the link RS, again we can draw the radial component and tangential component, and finally the meeting point will become R dash. That meeting point will become R dash. Here again we already found out the radial component, and that radial component must be along RS. That radial component is equal to this one, 1.613 meter per second square. Then we can draw that length in a convenient or already chosen a scale for the construction of acceleration diagram. So we can draw that length here. That must be parallel to RS, and we can fix that point Y. Again we can draw the tangential component of acceleration of R with respect to S. That tangential component is unknown, and the direction is known. That must be perpendicular to SR. And that also passing through Y. Then we can draw that line of action. Then the meeting point of this tangential component and this tangential component will become R dash. we can find out r dash by extending this line of action of tangential components of rs, tangential components of accelerations of rs and rq. Then finally we got that point r dash, then q dash r dash will become the acceleration of r with respect to q, and s dash r dash will become the acceleration of r with respect to s, acceleration of r with respect to s, that's equal to absolute acceleration. And actually this particular value is resultant of this radial component and tangential component, and similarly the length of or the magnitude of this acceleration of r with respect to q is the resultant of this radial component and this tangential component. And by measuring this length r dash x and multiplied by the scale, we can find out tangential component of acceleration of r with respect to q, that's equal to by measuring that length we can find out that value as 4.1 meter per second square, and that's equal to alpha of rq, this value tangential component of rq, tangential component of acceleration of rq is equal to alpha of rq into rq. Here we have already found out this value as 4.1 meter per second square. Then we can find out the angular acceleration of rq, that's equal to that tangential component divided by qr, that's equal to 23.43 radian per second square. Similarly, we can measure this value also, the tangential component of acceleration of r with respect to s, and multiplied by the scale, then we will get the tangential component of acceleration of r with respect to s, that's equal to 5.3 meter per second square. That again, that divided by this value divided by rs, this value divided by rs will become alpha rs, angular acceleration of r with respect to s, that's equal to 47.1 radian per second square. Both are in the anti-clockwise direction. Then this is the total procedure of the construction of the acceleration diagram. In the next class we can draw few more acceleration diagrams. This is the final answer. First one space diagram, and the second one acceleration diagram. Thank you all.